Most drivers think of WD-40 as nothing more than a squeak killer or a rusty bolt spray. But mechanics know better, because WD-40 can quietly fix dozens of small problems before they ever turn into repairs. The kind of repair shops make money on. And that's exactly why many mechanics hate when people learn these tricks. Today, you'll discover the WD-40 car fixes that solve the most common issues for free and prevent the expensive ones long before they show up. Let's start with the simplest one most people ignore, and it's responsible for nearly all door-related repairs over time. Number 1. The door seal saver. Every time you open and close the door, the rubber weather seal rubs, dries out, and slowly cracks. Once it fails, water gets in, you get wind noise, and eventually mold, rust, and electrical problems. A thin WD-40 wipe prevents all of this. Spray a small amount onto a cloth, not directly onto the rubber, then run it along the entire seal. WD-40 soaks into dry rubber, restores flexibility, and prevents cracking. Shops love replacing door seals because they are extremely expensive. This trick stops that completely. Number 2. The emergency key cylinder reset. Modern cars use remote keys, so most drivers never touch the physical lock. But that unused lock slowly corrodes inside. One day your remote fails, the battery dies, and your mechanical key will not turn. A tiny spritz of WD-40 into the key slot every few months flushes out grit and coats the tumblers. Turn the key a few times and it frees instantly. This single trick prevents a full lock cylinder replacement, something that often costs more than 200 euros. Number 3. The stuck seatbelt release. If your seatbelt retracts slowly, hangs loose, or fails to click in smoothly, the cause is often dirt inside the buckle mechanism or friction on the belt edges. Spray WD-40 onto a cloth, clean the belt from top to bottom, and let it dry for about 5 minutes. Then place a tiny amount into the red buckle button, just enough to lubricate the spring. The belt retracts faster, locks properly, and stops fraying. Mechanics replace seatbelt components all the time, and they are never cheap. This prevents the failure before it ever appears. Number 4. The foggy headlight rescue. Oxidation on headlights builds up from sunlight, road film, and moisture. WD-40 temporarily restores clarity by filling microscopic cracks in the plastic. It is not a permanent fix, but it instantly removes haze so you can see at night and pass inspection. Spray lightly, wipe in circular motions, then buff dry. Shops charge between 30 and 80 euros for headlight restoration. This takes only 60 seconds. Number 5. The battery terminal corrosion blocker. When you see blue or white powder on your battery terminals, that is corrosion, and it destroys charging performance. Most drivers wipe it off and think it is solved, but without a protective layer, the corrosion comes back quickly. WD-40 dissolves the residue and leaves a thin film that blocks moisture and acid vapor. Spray the terminals after cleaning and let them dry. This prevents hard starts, dim headlights, charging system warnings, and early alternator failure. Number 6. The squeaking hinge protector. Door hinges, bonnet hinges, and trunk hinges all dry out from weather and dust. You may hear squeaking now, but the real problem is internal wear. If a hinge wears down, it begins to sag. The door misaligns, and suddenly it will not close properly. A fast WD-40 lubrication every few months flushes out grit and restores smooth, silent operation. It adds years of life to your hinges and keeps your door feeling like new. Number 7. The jam-free window slider trick. If your power windows struggle, move slowly, or stop halfway, the issue is often not the motor. It is dry rubber guides. Spray WD-40 onto a cotton swab and run it along the inside of the window tracks. You will feel the window glide up smoother immediately. This stops overloading the motor and prevents the regulator from burning out. A repair that can reach between 200 and 400 euros. Number 8. The instant license plate bolt remover. If you have ever tried to change plates and the screws will not budge, corrosion is the reason. Most people twist harder and end up stripping the screw head. A single WD-40 spray on the threads dissolves the rust within seconds. The bolt turns easily with no damage. This trick also works on brake caliper bolts, underbody fasteners, and anything exposed to winter road salt. Number 9. The Plastic Trim Restorer. Exterior plastic trims fade from sun exposure and become gray and chalky. Shops sell expensive restoration kits, but WD-40 instantly brings back the original deep color. Spray onto a cloth and wipe gently over the trim. It fills micro cracks and adds a long-lasting sheen. Your car looks newer in minutes, and it protects the plastic from UV damage. Number 10. The Stuck Door Lock Defroster. In freezing climates, moisture inside your door lock or handle can freeze the internal mechanism. Instead of forcing it, which can easily break motors, spray WD-40 inside before cold nights. It displaces water and prevents freezing entirely. This trick prevents countless door handle repairs every winter. Number 11. The Rust Spot First Aid. If you notice a small rust bubble on a fender, a stone chip on the hood, or bare metal under the car, do not wait. WD-40 stops oxidation from spreading by sealing the exposed area from moisture and oxygen. Spray lightly and wipe until the metal is coated. It is not a replacement for real repair, but it stops the rust from expanding until you can handle it. This alone can prevent a €500 body shop visit. Number 12. The Serpentine Belt Noise Check. If you hear light chirping or intermittent squealing, do not panic. It is often not belt failure. Dust and moisture create temporary slippage. Spray a very small amount of WD-40 on a cloth and gently wipe the side of the belt. If the sound disappears, it was surface contamination, not a worn belt. If the noise remains, you know it is time for replacement. This trick helps diagnose issues without tools. Number 13. The Reverse Parking Sensor Cleaner. If your parking sensors beep non-stop or fail to detect obstacles, the problem is usually road grime. WD-40 removes oily residue without damaging the sensor surface. Spray onto a soft cloth and wipe each sensor head. You will often restore perfect operation instantly. Shops charge diagnostic fees for this simple fix. Final take. The WD-40 habits that save your car. These WD-40 tricks will not replace real mechanical repairs, but they prevent many of the most common issues long before they turn into shop bills. That's why so many mechanics hate when drivers understand how powerful WD-40 actually is. Used correctly, it protects rubber, restores metal, stops corrosion, prevents electrical faults, and frees stuck parts, all for the price of a single can. Keep one in your trunk and use these tricks regularly, and you will avoid the problems that drain most people's wallets. The best repairs are the ones you never need. Keep in mind, most expensive repairs start as tiny issues that WD-40 can stop instantly. A single can used throughout the year can save you hundreds in preventable wear and tear. And once you know these tricks, you will never look at WD-40 the same way again.